Okay, we should be live. Are we live? I don't know. It will tell me so. Let's see. Hope you can hear me. My mic usually sucks. Oh, I'm live. So, we are working on a Second Life design I've been working on. It's a grill. I already sell this. It does work. And what this does is it is a interactive grill. You can do Blackstone, and it reses foods that you can pick. I do all my own scripting and content creation. Some of the mesh I did get in Marketplace because I didn't feel like making it all. But I mean, example, if you wanted to do some shrimp on the Blackstone and let's do some potato and seeing we got some weird foods. Let's um, let's do an egg. So, so what we have here is everything can be moved by sliding it. You cannot manually move it, or that egg wasn't supposed to disappear. So something's not right there. You can flip it by clicking it, and it changes the coloring and all that. And then you can have the grill effect. Um, and this plate, when you take food off the grill, so say we take shrimp off, boom, it ends up over here. And then when you click it, it attaches the fork. Now we gotta work on the fork and getting the right foods on it, and the hand animation, and all that's kind of crappy. But we're still in development with all that. So everything will be smooth around, and you can screw up if you overcook things; it will burn. And then once it's burnt, it disappears. So basically, what we have here is two scripts that run the whole thing because it's just resing objects, and we have like you know simple scripting in it to give it fun and that type of stuff. Now, if you wanted a salad, you could do that, and it'll bring up a salad. It's got a bunch of things to add in. Anything. What I've been working on is anything in the grill appears on this plate. Right now, I sell the grill with these magic plates that you can click, and it will res the food. I think it did. It used to. What's going on here? My plate's on. There you go. At the moment, it will. God bless everything is. I had changed a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, I know you can't res it. Okay, so right now the way we sell it is comes with these plates that res food. Um, you'll see here in a moment. And so you have these different menu items that you can reses on the plate, and it attaches the fork once again, does its thing. Um, so it's pretty simple. It reses things. Now I also have this guy here that I can go in a mouse click and click it, and it will res the plate in places. So my idea was making this like a bullseye thing, and then when I go in, I can just I don't know if it's going to do it right now. I think it has to go to a res point. Let's see. Use my res points. So yeah, it did. It res this plate there. So it will res that same plate that's here. Oh, it rested over here too. It just took a second. So that's the wrong plate anyways. So we basically have this thing that reses food. You can flip the food, you can move it all around, you can turn the sound off, you can change the colors. What else did I add to this? This flame dances around, some mesh that I made. Oh yeah, you can sit on it to cook if you want, and you can get the old spatula, which will automatically go to your hand there, and yeah, I forget how I used to toggle the animations. It's been a little bit since I played with this thing. Um, wow, I forget which one controls the animations. Oh, you can adjust yourself. Why is it scrolling through the animations? Animations. Okay, it's in that menu. Okay, I see what's going on here. So, the animations are in the main menu. I haven't played with. I'd be honest with you. It's been about 3 weeks. I've been working on stuff in my house. I haven't been able to really get on Second Life and do a lot of stuff. Um, so I just been kind of riding, letting it do its thing. So what I'm working on today, though, is this whole plate thing, and I had to make smaller renditions of all the food. Example: if you put a T-bone on, where's that big old thing is going to be bigger than that plate. So if I move T-bone, and that pops up over here. Um, I put debug and everything. Now this won't be coming up after, but it just kind of tells me what's going on. So that's where I'm at. That's where I left off. They said you have a salad. It'll attach food to you. It'll do its thing. The food automatically disappears after, and this all helps people role play that they're eating. Or in this case, I have a cafe that we put together, and people in Second Life like this type of stuff. So that's kind of where I am with this. And if you are one of my buyers, I am constantly working on this, and I send out updates to everyone when I do. And pretty soon this plate is going to be going with it. So, but for now though, I'm just trying to make a video for those that have bought it, are having a little bit hard time understanding all the use. That's if you wanted to change the color, it automatically attaches to your avatar. Change the colors, change the tones. Um, really simple. You can do black stand, you can do grill. So I think that's all I want. I have two more menu items, but I really couldn't think of what to put in it. But one of them is going to be this guy. We're going to call it the server something. I don't know yet. And of course, it won't look like a box. But this is a pretty cool script I made that allows me to just look at things and res them, and it looks for these objects that are named res point, which would actually be the ones behind me. Because my idea was that you could put these um, on a table, this kind of res point plate. And the way I made it was the person wouldn't really know that you res the plate on top of that plate because it perfectly matches in. Like right there. You can't tell that it's, well, I guess you can. It's supposed to disappear. Like I said, everything's in the works. So basically, when you do this, this one's supposed to disappear, and you only see this one. And why it's producing bacon, I have no idea. But that was the idea. So you could sit down with your significant other or friends, and then like magically make the food that you cook from the grill appear on their plate. They take a bite, you take a bite, food disappears, voila, we're done. Pretty easy stuff, but the script alone, a lot of people in Second Life don't like the way I do things. um, yes, it's only two scripts, but there is a lot in there. And this is the animation script, pretty easy. I make notes to everything in all my work because I can't. I've been doing this for 20 years and I forget what I made all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've walked away from something for a couple months and came back and I'm like having to reteach myself what I made. It just the way development goes. But this was the plan and this is the grill. So if you bought it and you want to know how to use it, just do foods. That resists foods. Anyone you choose, prepare, click them to flip them. If you try to do this, it should, yeah, unnaturally moved. Should actually do it the minute you slide it, but sometimes it takes a second. So it's really easy to use, and you can also set it to group, and that means anyone in the group, your friends or whatever, can jump on here as long as they're in that group and cook on the grill too. So it has that option, so you can have your friends cook for you and whatnot. Now the foods will only listen to the person that reses them. So if I res a steak, someone else can't flip it or move it. Only the cook can. The food knows. Food knows who touches it, and so it looks for the person that touched it if you resed it, and if you're not, it ignores you. So it's pretty simple. Um, this was really a pain in the ass to me, to be honest with you. It took me a couple months to develop this script. And it started out with I made this one, uh, which I didn't res that food, so it won't. I won't let me delete these either. Oh well. Started out with this one. And you have to sit on it. And then once you do, you have a kebab, huh? You have a kebab. And you can flip them. And that's how this all started with this little guy here. And then we'll do a shot. That's the tip jar. Pretty sure I have a whiskey bottle. Anyways, um, that's it. Pretty simple stuff. It just reses things. But believe it or not, getting them to flip and getting to move like this. Um, and it can go off the grill too. And if it does, you lose it. Um, Stop the grill and win. So there was a lot of like vector and that type of thing to do with this. Um, so that's pretty much where we are with the stove, and my update coming out soon will be the plate and the salad. And oh yeah, pretty sure I'd added hash browns. I know it's odd, but did I add some hash browns? Hash browns. Then I'm pretty sure I made them appear on the plate too. Let's make sure that. As a matter of fact, that was the last thing I was working on. The hash browns. Oops. So so does. That's kind of weird, but anyways, pretty simple. Um, and this is all low land use. These two prims for the plate. Everything that roses is one prim. The grill itself is only 5 prims. and the foods that come up on it are generally 1 or 2 pounds. So we make everything that's very lightweight when it comes to that. So anyways, that's where I am, and I'll make a video update and put it on my YouTube when we get the final plate done and I figure this thing out, how I want to do this. But that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, it's a short video, not that anyone watches or cares.